Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks. With the Spain News Update, we'll take a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press here in Spain, and we'll also take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel in recent times by viewers. Before I begin, a huge thanks to all of the people that have supported the channel in recent times, whether it's by buying me a coffee, whether it's through the Super Thanks option on YouTube, longer-term supporters on Patreon, and the channel members of this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that support. Now, straight into the news, and a tragic story yesterday in central Spain in the province of Toledo. An 11-year-old boy was stabbed to death while playing football, and as we can read here, the civil guard has intensified the search for the hooded individual who stabbed that 11-year-old boy in Morcejón. Reinforcements have been sent from Madrid. The civil guard has intensified the search for the hooded individual who managed to escape yesterday after murdering an 11-year-old boy who was playing soccer. The operation, launched by the civil guard, includes an underwater unit and aerial surveillance, with additional reinforcements arriving from Madrid, according to Milagros Tolón, the government delegate in Castilla-La Mancha. The delegate emphasized that the officers are working tirelessly to apprehend the suspected assailant and expressed the hope that the full force of the law will be brought to bear on the responsible party. The civil guard is searching for the car in which the suspect fled. Initially, it was believed to be an old grey Ford Mondeo, but that hypothesis has since been ruled out. Witnesses have described the perpetrator as hooded, carrying a sharp object, having a tattoo on his hand, and possibly being a minor. So a massive search by the civil guard currently underway to find the perpetrator of that murder yesterday in Toledo. An 11-year-old boy stabbed to death while he was playing football, and I asked myself the question, what type of person carries out an attack like this? What type of society are we living in that this type of thing takes place? So let's hope this person is found and brought to justice quickly and put behind bars for a very long time. Now, Spain's Campo de Gibraltar region in the south of Spain in the province of Cádiz again making headlines because one of the most active organizations in that area dedicated to smuggling cocaine and hashish has been taken down. Civil guard agents in collaboration with the national police have dismantled one of the most active organizations in the Campo de Gibraltar, allegedly involved in trafficking large quantities of cocaine and hashish to the mainland. 14 people have been arrested and 22 raids have been carried out in La Línea de la Concepción, Cádiz, Cártama, and San Pedro de Alcántara, Málaga, as well as in Almería, according to the security forces on Sunday. This action is the final stage of an operation that has led to the dismantling of a criminal network, resulting in a total of 33 individuals being arrested, with 13 more under investigation. Authorities have seized 4.848 kilograms of hashish, 410.6 kilos of cocaine, 3 Zodiac-type boats, 100 grams of MDMA, and 525 rounds of ammunition. So another drug trafficking organization taken down in the south of Spain in that Campo de Gibraltar region, as I said, and also other parts of Andalusia, for example, Malaga and Almería. But as we know, when one of these big drug trafficking organizations is taken down by the police, another one steps up fairly quickly to fill their shoes. Because let's be honest, this problem is not going to disappear today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, or possibly ever. And the final piece of news we'll look at today is summer overcrowding in some parts of Spain, especially the coastal areas in the country, and the place we're looking at today is none other than Torrevieja. Because as we can see, in that city, the population quadruples in August, the rubbish doubles, and supermarkets run out of stock. On a Saturday in August at 2 in the afternoon, the only sound in Plaza Géminis in the San Roque neighborhood of Torrevieja is a small windmill spinning in the breeze atop a house. The silence is deceptive. This neighborhood, developed with 2-story townhouses starting in the 1970s, is quiet in the winter but becomes crowded in the summer with visitors, almost all of whom are Spanish, spending large stays in their second homes. Sergio Navarro, a year-round resident of the neighborhood, laments that the overcrowding disrupts shopping hours in the supermarkets, which are practically out of stock by the afternoon. He also says that parking is impossible. Tourists going to the beach park their cars even in the no parking zones, because during the silent hour when the windmill creaks, everyone is at Los Naufragos beach, just a 5-minute walk away. So there we go, the problem of overcrowding in many of Spain's coastal cities and towns during the month of August, the population quadrupling in that particular city, Torrevieja, impossible to find a place to park your car, and supermarket shelves run out of stock by the afternoon. What an absolute nightmare it must be there during the month of August. And if you're in Torrevieja currently, or you spend a lot of time in that part of Spain, let me know your opinion in the comment section below. Now let's have a look at some comments that have been left on the channel recently. One here from Jen: my dogs didn't appreciate the doorbell sound, but I thought it was clever. Yeah, Jen, thanks for the comment. And referring to the doorbell sound, this sound here, in order to cover up a swear word that popped out the other day, I think the word in question was sh. And I think it's better to censor these words than leave them untouched, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Should I beep certain words out? Let me know. And sorry that your dogs got worked up over the doorbell sound. One here from Hansy: dead right, the last 100 Ks are terrible. Screaming teenagers and yobos spoiling the Camino. No respect, no behavior, no understanding what a pilgrimage means. Yeah, Hansy, thanks for the comment, and referring to an article that we saw in yesterday's live stream about how some neighbors living on the Camino de Santiago route are complaining that people doing the Camino de Santiago are not behaving well. They're complaining about noise, rubbish that's left behind, and some people are even urinating in their front gardens. And the biggest issues apparently are on the Camino Francés, the last 100 kilometers of that particular route that goes from Sarria to Santiago de Compostela. And apparently that's where a lot of people start their Camino, people that are not willing or are not able to complete the whole route. One here from Patrick: I saw they spray graffiti on camper vans in Portugal. Camper vans are not liked on the Portuguese coastline. Yeah, Patrick, thanks for the comment, and having just spent more than a month on the Portuguese coast, I can understand why some locals are not happy with camper vans or people that camp on their coastlines. Because some of these camper van owners or people that have vans and go camping think that they can park those vehicles wherever they want, and some people don't respect the environment when they're in, especially when it comes to rubbish. And some of these campers need to learn that you can't just pop out of your vehicle whenever you want and start urinating or doing number twos when you're parked in front of somebody's house. And unfortunately, that happens far too frequently in some parts of Portugal, for example, where I spend my summers. Because if I had $1 for every time I've had to pull my dog away from human feces, I'd be a rich man. But I'll just clarify that it's not all camper van owners or campers, but some of you out there leave a lot to be desired, and you've got to learn how to behave. One here from Steph: regarding coffee in Spain, a lot of the typical bad coffee bars have people with no training whatsoever on how to prepare one. A shame, because just a bit of adjustment with technique can really make a world of difference. I agree that some places serve coffee that is undrinkable. Yes, Steph, thanks for the comment, but in my opinion, unfortunately, it's not some bars and restaurants here in Spain that serve bad coffee, it's the majority. I don't think training someone to make a decent coffee is the solution here. I think they need to change the type of coffee that they buy, because in a lot of places it's absolutely disgusting. But again, that's just my opinion, and if you like the coffee served in bars and restaurants in this country, fair play to you. But I struggle to keep it down a lot of the times. One here from the seaside again: hi Stu, glad you had a break. Portugal is a lovely country. There are thousands of Spanish in London right now, and surely they are staying in Airbnbs and hotels. England is a considerably smaller landmass than Spain. Are we complaining about over-tourism? No. Yeah, the seaside, thanks for the comment, and I can imagine that London is a very busy place at the moment. Thousands of Spanish people there, thousands of Italians, thousands of Portuguese, thousands of French, and thousands of people from virtually every country in the world visiting London. But it's been like that for decades and decades. I lived in London back in 1991, and it was full of tourists back then. So what's the difference between a London, a Paris, and Amsterdam, where people have been flocking to for years and locals don't really seem to complain, or a Barcelona, where locals do complain, hit the streets and start squirting people with water pistols? Let me know what the difference is, please, in the comment section below, because I'd love to know. Are the residents in those other cities that I mentioned more tolerant than the residents here in Spain in cities like Barcelona or other cities that have been complaining in recent times? Don't know. Let me know what you think. One here from Lynch. Want to get rid of tourists? Do what Seville did. Shut down clubs, bars, terraces, etc. And now Seville looks like a cemetery. Yeah, Lynch, thanks for the comment, but be careful when you spell the word cemetery because there's 3 E's in it and there's no I or no A, just to let you know. And with regard to the other thing that you mentioned there, the city of Seville in the south of Spain shutting down bars, clubs and terraces, haven't heard anything about that. Maybe in the middle of August, a lot of things in that city shut down because people head to the coast because obviously they don't want to be stuck in a city where it's 40 degrees every day for a month. But for the rest of the year, I reckon it would be business as usual. But again, I don't live in Seville, but if anybody does live in that city and is watching the video today, please let us know if what Lynch says is true or not in the comment section below. On that note, I'll wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them again in that section below. If you have anything to add to the conversation today, the comment section is the place for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego.